Hello, hello, hello. It's Sandy with Debbie Sandy Design Co. And today is the finale of our Christmas craft kickoff week. Today we're going to be making a garland that I'm going to be using in my kitchen. Listen, when y'all hop on, tell me hello, tell me where you're watching from, what you're working on, what you're excited about for the weekend, because this is going to be a lot of listening to me talk. I'll show you what we're working with. So we're starting with one of the 15-foot garlands. Hey, Miss Kathy. Hey, Lisa. One of the 15-foot garlands from Dollar Tree. When y'all see these, grab them. Grab several of them because we're going to be using these all throughout the year. I love them to make garlands with. I love them to help decorate tiered trays. It's just amazing what you can do with these. So the 15-foot garland, I have a 30-foot roll of 21-inch deco mesh. And then I have some decorations back here. Oh, hey, Miss Liz. Hey, Susan. Let's see. Oh, you need some chenille stems, pipe cleaners, whatever you want to call them. So I went ahead and got a head start to set up our work garland. And all I did was go every 6 inches, because it's a 15-foot wreath, and added a chenille stem. Y'all, I'm trying to find the end. And I think this was the end that I needed. Yeah, I left this one loose so I could show you. So I have a fabric cutting mat down here, so it makes it easy to measure. And all I'm going to do is lay the last one that I tied on 0. I'm going to come up to 6. Then I just take my chenille stem, fold it in half, pull it pretty tight across itself, and then give it one twist. And I say one twist because we're building up on these chenille stems, and if you get crazy with twisting them, then you come up short in the end, and that's no fun. Now this is a little awkward to work with. See, all I've done is go every 6 inches, but I've got to get it over here where I can work on it. And I am going to start on this end and work backwards. But first, let me remove my mat, because it's going to be in my way too. Oh, do you see the rope tree? I got it finished. Now, I will tell you, and I'll get a picture of it. I ended up having my husband make a stand for it, because when I set it up, it looked like it needed a trunk. Hey, Miss Peggy. Hey, Kathy. Connie, Mary Lou. Thanks for joining me this Friday afternoon. Okay, so I left a 6-inch tail on each side. We're just going to get started, and all we're going to be doing is adding our mesh. And y'all, I've got to figure out how to get this. There we go. So like I said, right here I've got a 21-inch roll of 30 feet. Yeah, 21-inch 30-foot roll of red deco mesh. Thank you, Kathy. And so all we're going to do is we're going to pull out a little bit. I'm going to leave just a little bit of a tail because we want to be able to tuck this in. So I have gathered it up in my hands. I'm going to lay it on that first pipe cleaner. Pull it tight, one twist. Now, I happen to know that from the center of my palm to my elbow is 10 inches, and that's what size we're going to make all of the loops. So this is the slowest part of this, and notice that I'm going back over so we can tuck that tail in. And just every pipe cleaner, we're going to be doing a 10-inch loop. Pull it tight, twist it once, and now I can turn my mesh around. No, can't. I'm working backwards here. So I am going to, the way I measure this to keep everything even is I'm just going to grab it at the last place that I attached it, pull it back to my elbow, and here we go.
Tony McGee wants to know what you're making.
Hey, Miss Tony, so I am making a garland. We had a request yesterday for a garland. And listen, y'all, I have to apologize. If Dawn is on here, hey, Miss Pauline, we're doing good today. If Dawn is on here, I have to apologize. It was going to be a snowman garland. But what I thought I had in my craft stash that I thought were snowmen were actually Santas. So we're going with Santa. But I do promise Miss Dawn, going back to my elbow again to measure, I do promise Miss Dawn a snowman next week. I have an idea that if it works, it will be spectacular. If it doesn't, y'all will never know. Just being honest here. Okay, I think I need to turn this around now. Put it on the other side so I can start laying it out here. And I am not worried about poofing this out yet. I find that if I try to poof this out before I get all of my ribbons and all of my decorations on it, it's hard to find all of the pipe cleaners. And we try to keep everything as even as possible. So again, just going back to my elbow and laying it down. Cross it over, pull it tight, give it one twist. Now you can cut your pipe cleaners in half. If you're experienced at this, I will tell you it's a whole lot easier to work with if you leave them long. And if we leave them long, then we can just wrap them around a pencil or a dowel and use the pipe cleaners as part of the decoration. Miss Kathy, it is 15 feet. So I started with the green, the faux greenery garland from Dollar Tree. I don't know where I set my sample. They are 15 feet long. And then I added, I think it was 28 of the pipe cleaners. So I left a 6-inch tail on each end. So I started 6 inches in. And then I attached a pipe cleaner every 6 inches to make our work garland. Now, there are websites where you can go and buy just regular work garlands already set up. They're expensive. And they don't have the greenery. You have to add your own greenery. And it is so simple to do this that I always just make my own. I make my own work garlands, my own work wreaths. When I do mailbox covers or cemetery saddles, I do those myself too. Because y'all know, if you've followed me at all, Mama's cheap. Hey, Miss Tammy. Hey, Miss Pamela. If y'all have any questions while I'm doing this, don't hesitate. You're going to be so proud of me. I enlarged the font on my iPad. So today I can see. I don't know why it took me 4 years to figure that out. So, did y'all see Debbie's ornaments this morning? Oh my gosh. Those were gorgeous, and she was so excited. We are a little more than halfway done. And then we get to the good part. So I'm going to find the center of this after I get all of my loops done. Did I miss a question?
Oh, I was going to say, Cindy Chavez Rutherford said, love the star wreath behind you.
Thank you. So we're going to be working on those sometime soon too.
Now, Kathy said, frugal is not cheap.
Okay, I like that word better. But I'm not ashamed. I don't mind being cheap.
I think it was Debbie said, halfway done, you're just started.
Oh, Debbie, you know how fast I am. Y'all are not going to believe what I've done. I've got my mic cord tied up in this. May have to hang me with this. I'm going to put this in my kitchen, in my breakfast area, above a window. I have a 9-foot window that goes across the back of the house, or the back of the kitchen. And I'm going to hang this up there. We're doing Debbie's favorite red and black buffalo plaid. Now, I will tell you, when you start working with mesh, it's a little bit awkward. Just keep doing it. It gets easier. You find your rhythm. You figure things out. I know other people do things completely different. This is just what works for me. And the most important thing is to find what works for you.
Pauline said, you have to do things as cheap as possible. Things cost so much.
I know. And y'all heard Dollar Tree's going up on their prices. I wonder if they're going to change their name. But we all have to make a living, so. I try really hard to always find the bright side of things. Sometimes it's difficult. That's where my husband and my business partner come in handy, because if I have an issue, neither one of them care to call me back. Okay, so we worked that out just right. We've got just a little bit too much left over. So all I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. And then we'll cut that off and tuck it under. So stick with me here for just a second. Got to make sure I've got enough to tuck under. My favorite scissors. Making wreaths is how I discovered these scissors. Mine has paint on them. They're Wiss from Home Depot, W-I-S-S. They are back where the hand tools are. Y'all, I love these scissors. There's Miss Dawn. Dawn, I'm sorry. We're not doing a snowman today. What I thought were snowmen were Santas. So we're doing Santas today, but I promise you a snowman next week. All right, I'm going to get rid of my mesh holder. And now we're going to go back and find the center of this.
Don said, I'll live. LOL.
I hope so. If you don't think you will, I will do a video of some sort of snowman and send it to you over the weekend. Okay, I think this is the center. Nope, I need to go down one more. Now, I could have counted this to find the center, but where's the fun in that? I think it's this one. Okay, so I'm going to start from the center and work my way out, which means I need to hold this down. Because the first thing we want to do is make our bow, and then everything's going to go in the center of it, and I'll show you what I'm working with. So I have these two little Santas from Dollar Tree last year. I need to get the tags off of those. I have this really cute, I don't know if you can read it, and it's backwards. It says, "The North Pole Inn, Bed and Breakfast, and to all a good night." That's going to go in the center of our bow. And then I have tons of red and black ribbon back here. And look at this. Can you see? Let me get this off. So this is kind of fuzzy. It's almost like flannel, and it has the plaid trees on it. I love this. This is from Hobby Lobby, but I want the red and black buffalo plaid to be the base for our bow. So I'm just going to make this one by hand. I'm not going to use my bow maker because it's down here under a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to pull off enough for a tail, and then I'm just going to figure out how big I want it. Make the first loop. Y'all, this is the easiest bow. So I'm gathering it up. I have my loop here. Now I'm going to come under, okay? And I want to make sure that my loops are about the same length. So I'll pull it up and check it. I need to add a little bit. And I need to shorten it a little bit. There we go. So they're the same height. This is called a terry bow because it's going to have 3 loops and 2 tails. So I need to make one more loop, and I'm going to show y'all how easy it is to make a bow by hand. Now I'm going to get a pipe cleaner, and I'm going to fold it in half. You know what I've done? I've started this backwards. That's okay. I'm going to hold on to it because I want to explain this to you. With this kind of bow, you can have as many different ribbons as you want. You can make the bow as big as you want. I just want to make sure that my tails are about the same length. I'll show you what we have. So we have a little man. We have a head, 2 arms, 2 really long arms, and 2 legs. And now let's go to our next color. I think I'm going to use this black and red. It looks like chalkboard. It says "Jingle All the Way, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays." I love this ribbon. So I want my loops to be a little bit shorter on this. That's good. Now this is one-sided ribbon. It's not double-sided ribbon. So we're gonna have to be careful that we have the right side up. There we go. So when we get to our second loop on this side, we're going to bring this to the back, and we're just going to twist it around so that both of our tails are facing the right way. And what we're going to end up doing is using our tails like loops. So when we lay this one down, we want to lay it down the opposite direction. So here we have his head is down here and his legs are here. For this one, we're going to lay it the opposite direction. So we're going to put the head between the 2 little legs. Nobody say a word. This is how I learned to make bows. And I'm going to be honest, normally I start with the smallest part, with the center part, but I messed up. So we're just going to go with it. Now, what color do we want? I want to go back with red, so I'm going to use this different plaid, and we're going just a little bit smaller, and then I think we're going to end up with the white. And this is double-sided, so it's a bit easier to work with because we don't have to worry about twisting it. But if it weren't double-sided, all we have to do is twist that one time. And this one, we are laying down the opposite of the last one that we did. Always keep your finger or your thumb on these as you're layering them when you're untwisting the pot cleaner, because if you don't, it has the tendency to explode. And then you have to start all over. Okay, I want to end up with the white. Okay, this is single-sided. I want to, thank you. So again, every layer is just 3 loops, and we're just making sure that we're keeping, get that tail out of the way, keeping our loops even, so we just pull it up to measure. And this one is single-sided, so I need to give that a good twist. And I will go back and dovetail all of my ends. So we used 4 different kinds of ribbon for this. And all I'm doing now is pulling my pipe cleaner to the back. And I'm going to pull this as tight as I can and twist it off. And that's how we're going to attach this. So now I want to go back in and I want to dovetail all my ends, and I want them to be about the same length. So I like to just kind of stack them up. I'll do 3 at a time. I fold it like a taco and then cut from the folded edge down. And don't throw these away. Right, Brian?
Right.
Don't ever, ever, ever throw your ribbon scraps away. Two more, and then we can fluff it out and attach it. So I always cut from the folded edge down. And now let's fluff it out and make it gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. When you fluff it out, just stick your hands inside the loops and spread your fingers. Okay, so let's attach this in the center. And I'm just going to wrap this around and twist it in the back. I don't know if you can see. So I've just got it twisted off 3 or 4 times. And we can make a little loop with this one and have that as one of our hangers. Thank you, Miss Pauline. I feel like I have been missing comments and I apologize. Okay, so I'll show you what we have so far. So now we need to figure out how we're going to attach our Santas and our sign. And I'm just going to cut the tags off the Santas because we don't need the gold cord or the tags. And for the Santas, I think I'm going to do some surgery here. So I'm just going to cut a couple of little teeny tiny holes in the back of his cap on either side of that seam. And we're going to run, hopefully, a pipe cleaner through. So I have done brain surgery on Santa. And I'm going to go out from the bow to attach my Santas. And we'll do the same thing with the next one. So there's a seam up the back of his cap. I'm just pulling that out and cutting a little teeny tiny hole on either side so we can get that pipe cleaner or chenille stem if you're Martha Stewart. Okay, I know I cut one. There it is. Is everybody being just particularly quiet today?
Oh, Dawn said, "This is amazing, Sandy."
Thank you, Dawn.
And Pauline said, "This is just so beautiful."
Thank you, Miss Pauline. Okay, find the other hole. There it is.
Debbie said she's driving.
Debbie. I can't say anything. She's out gathering supplies for us. Okay, so I have our cute little sign. This is just a couple of stencils that Brian and I make. And I get these, I don't need that. These are called mounting pads. You can get them at Home Depot, probably Lowe's. They are for adding zip ties to things. But I use them on wreaths and garlands and stuff like that. Now they have an adhesive back on them, so you have a piece of paper that you need to pull off. But I'm also going to add a little bit of glue just to make sure that they hold well.
Kimberly Line said, "Hi, Sandy, I'm feeling better."
Kimberly, good. I worried about you last night. You just take care of yourself.
Tony McGee said, "Yes, I agree with Pauline and Cheryl. It's gorgeous."
Thank you.
Diane Carter said, "Beautiful work."
Well, y'all, we're not finished yet. It'd go a whole lot quicker if I could get this back peeled off. Okay, so these are mounting pads, and I don't know if you can see, but they have holes on all 4 sides. And I'm just going to use a little bit of, maybe, Mr. B, can you get this open for me? I don't want to stick it in my mouth on camera. I'll tell y'all a funny story. Right after we got married, I had glue on nails, and we were going up north to see Brian's parents, and one of my nails popped off, and I just happened to have super glue in my pocketbook. So I pull it out while we're going down the road, and I plop some on the back of that nail. Then I've got to put the glue down somewhere, and I'm just going to put a dot in each corner, and this is going to help make this more permanent. But I couldn't find anywhere to lay the nail down, so I just popped the super glue in my mouth, open end first, and glued it to my tongue. So don't do that. It's not fun when you super glue something to your tongue. It's especially not fun when your husband laughs at you instead of helping you. Okay, so I've just glued one of these down on each side, and let me show you how easy that makes mounting anything to a garland or a wreath, a mailbox topper. So all we're going to do is go through the 2 holes on the side. Now I should probably give my glue a little bit more time to set up, but that's okay. I'll just be careful with it. And I'm going to twist that off, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side.
Kimberly Line said, I just tuned in, and whatever this is, it looks amazing.
Thank you, Miss Kimberly. This is our garland. It was supposed to be a snowman garland because I did promise Dawn a snowman. But what I thought I had in my stash that were snowmen were Santas. So I will do Dawn a snowman next week. And now I'm just going to set this on top of the bow, and I'm going to go through down in between the loops of the bow and get it around the loop of mesh to attach it, and then we'll come back and fix the bow. So I'll get one side loosely attached, and then we'll do the other side. And then we'll cut ribbon tails and pip berries and all kinds of stuff.
Liz said, I could not make that in a million years.
Yes, you could, Liz. Yes, you could. They're really quite simple. Listen, if y'all haven't tried it, try it. They really are simple. Trust me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay. So now I'm just going to rearrange my bow so my loops don't look squished. Nothing worse than squished loops. Alright, so this is what we have so far. My sign is a little bit off center. I'll go back in and reset that, but I want to get to what we're going to add to the ends of this to make it really spectacular. So I'm going to work on one half of it, and then we can flip it over and go to the other side. So what I want to do is I'm just going to use different kinds of black and white ribbon. Not black and white, black and red. Y'all, I am brain dead today. It's Friday. And I'm cutting about 6 to 8 inches. Okay, he's giving me a look. Huh?
10 to 12.
Okay, 10 to 12 inches. I say 6 to 8.
Earlier, I missed saying this. Dawn said, I missed the tree. Can you show it again later?
Right there. I'm going to get a picture of it because I ended up, when I got it finished, I did not like the way that it looked in the basket. So I had Mr. B just roughly make a trunk and a stand for it. And I can't get all of it on camera right now. So I will get a good picture of it. Okay, y'all. So I just cut those ribbons and I laid them down. No loops or anything. And I made an X with them. This black ribbon's not showing up well on camera, but it's gorgeous. So we're going to alternate all the way down. I have a ton of ribbon. Debbie and I went to Michael's after Christmas last year and got some of the $5 grab bags. Y'all, we got a ton of ribbon. Brian's over here laughing.
Dawn said, I need a Mr. B. Is there one available on your shop?
Yes. I do rent him out from time to time. I do rent him out from time to time. Sometimes he could kill me, but yeah. Okay, so same thing, just laid it down, one twist, and made an X. And we are just alternating all the way down. Hey y'all, I'm at 35 minutes. You know I set a record yesterday. And if I was doing this and not trying to talk, I would be finished. Yeah. Oh, you can bet, Miss Tony, if I put something away and think I'm going to put it here so I will know what I've done with it, I'll never see it again. And then we have this conversation because I will say, if I get to looking for this, remind me that I put it here. And he won't remember what I told him. I don't think I'm going to break the record today. But I set a record yesterday. I'm going to get rid of this one. I set a record yesterday. And I'm just eyeballing this. I could get my Bodoc out and cut these all at once, which is what I would normally do. I would have everything cut and laid out. But like I said, it's back here under some stuff, and I didn't want to get it out today. But if you work with ribbon at all and you don't have a Bodoc, you need one. We are not far off. I'm about to have a crash. Brian, this is where a ribbon holder would come in really handy for me. So this is how it works, y'all. I go, this is inconvenient. I really need a ribbon holder, and here is what I want it to do. I want it to hold at least 4 rolls of ribbon. I want it where I can pull them all out to the same length. And it needs to be able to hold from 1/4 inch to 4-inch ribbon. And then in a few days, guess what magically appears? I'm so lucky. I really am blessed. I have what I think is the best husband on earth. And I have the best business partner on earth.
Loretta Keever is watching you live for the first time.
Well, welcome. And thank you for joining us. So what we're doing is we are making a garland. We had somebody request a garland yesterday. And right now I am just adding the ribbon to 1/2 of it, and then we're going to add some pretties tucked in here and there, and we will be done. I'm going to try to get a good picture of it after I get it hung. But sometimes on a long piece that's difficult to do. And y'all stay tuned next week, because I am really hoping that I get the website launched and the Facebook store launched next week. I'm kind of heartbroken because Debbie has to go out of town with her husband on business, so you're going to be stuck with just me. All right, I'm getting close to the record yesterday.
Estelle said, where are you putting this?
I'm going to put this, so I have a 9-foot window in the breakfast area of my kitchen. And right now it has a black and white buffalo plaid valance, and then I've made little curtains out of drop cloth, and this is going to go above it. And I'm trying to decide if I want to put lights on it. Now y'all can see why I said we're not going to puff this out yet, because it makes it harder to find the pipe cleaners when you puff it out too soon.
Dawn said that's going to be so stinking cute.
Thank you, Miss Dawn.
And Gloria Dykes said, first time watching you. Garland is beautiful.
Thank you, Miss Gloria. Welcome to the Madhouse. So I am the Sandy portion of Debbie Sandy Design Co. Debbie was on earlier this morning. If you have time and you want to, go back and catch that. She made some gorgeous tree ornaments. And she was cute because she was so excited about them. I said I thought we could do an entire week on just her ideas for the ornaments.
Kimberly said she loves seeing pictures when you put it in the kitchen.
Do I need to put lights on it? Y'all let me know. Okay, I don't know what that look was, but I got a look. I think it was a Two more and we'll have it halfway done. And I will just go ahead and finish this half. I'm really not looking to set any records.
Tony said no lights. Bonnie said yes lights. Don said yes lights. Cena said twinkle lights make everything wonderful.
See, I agree. I agree. I used to have a fig tree that I kept twinkle lights in year round. I'm hung up on something. Okay. Last one. Oh yay, and it's going to end up on the one I like.
Kimberly said it'd be beautiful with or without lights. And Pauline said you certainly know how to make them both, Sandy. I love lights.
Thank you. Well, let's put him on the spot. Mr. B, what do you vote for? Hey, it's not glitter.
No.
He hates glitter. Miss Tony said, I just think it's pretty the way it is. Okay, so this is where we are. This is half of it. So this is the center. Crash. This is where we are right now. Okay? So now I have some of my favorite stuff. And the only place that I have found this besides online is at Dollar Tree. This is called Mesh Tube, and I have it in red and black. And this just gives it that little bit of whimsy that it needs. So I'm going to be using both the red and the black, and I want y'all to see how easy this is to work with. So I'm going to pull both of them out. Now you can order this online, but Dollar Tree has different colors for each season. So I just, pretty much anytime I go to Dollar Tree, I'm going to grab a package of this. I've got to find the end of it. There it is. You can tell two different people packaged this. One is super neat and one is just kind of wadded up. Okay, so all we're going to do to work with this, we'll leave some for a tail. And I'm just making one big loop. Pull it over here so we have tails on this side. And cut them off. And I'm pinching it in the middle so it's going to look like a bow. We're just going to lay it on top of everywhere that we put those ribbon tails. And look at how cute that is. It just gives it just that bit of whimsy that it needs. And it's not difficult to do at all. The most difficult thing is finding the end.
Liz said, ooh, it looks like licorice.
Now I'm hungry. Okay, who has made the fudge? I know Kathy made some. Who has made the fudge and what did you think about it? And will you be making it again? Now it's hard to show you right here. So I just pinched it in the middle. So I've got loops on either side and tails on either side. And I am just laying it on top of that pipe cleaner and giving it a good twist.
Kimberly said, I need the chips.
I need
Becky said, love it. And Liz says she's thinking about making some.
Liz, you have to. So if you missed the fudge video, it is the simplest, and yet tastiest fudge ever. It is a stick of butter melted, a can of sweetened condensed milk, mix that together, then 16 ounces of chocolate chips, pour it in that, melt your chocolate chips, pour it in your pan or your mold, you're set. You are set.
Amber said she would like the recipe, but I think you just gave it.
I tell you what though, Amber, I will type it out and post it on the page. That way you don't have to remember it. I was going to put some berries on this, but I think this is going to be enough.
Amber said, got it.
Literally made it in 4 minutes. You can put it in the microwave. If you put it in the microwave, you have to put everything in the bowl at the same time, microwave it for 2 minutes, get it out, stir it. You do that 3 times or until it's all melted. All right, y'all, let's try to hold this up. That's upside down. Okay. So now we have our mesh tubing on it too. I will go back in and fluff out all of my mesh loops. And by doing that, all I'm going to do is go up underneath, find both sides, and pull them out. Make them real puffy and pretty. And then we will post pictures. Thanks for joining us this week for our Christmas craft kickoff. Debbie will be back Monday morning at 9:30. Then we have the Bougie Rebels Tuesday at noon. And then you're stuck with me for the rest of the week because Debbie's taking some time off to spend with her hubby. Love y'all. When you make stuff this weekend, be sure to share the pictures with us. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye.